Just up in Widmore Road, waiting for my bus. A little bit early, as usual. I like to be early. It's belted it down twice today. It's absolutely shocking, the weather. And now the sun's come out. I can't make it up. Well, you couldn't make it up. What's down here? Oh, the car park. Not a lot. There you go. I'll do a little video on route learning and how I do it. I think that's the video for today. Yeah. Once I get to Eltham, I'll do a little bit. I'll speak to you later. Route learning. Okay. Most people learn routes by sitting on a bus or single decker. You plot yourself up at the front and you look at the you know, the route ahead, which bus stops, and the bus driver will tell you where your curtailment points are and which bus stops we do serve and which ones are. Like in Eltham High Street, there's 3 bus stops in Eltham. We serve the first one, we don't serve the second one, but we do serve the third, and then we turn right into Wellhall Road. So that's how most people do it. Or you can sit up on the top deck of a double decker and watch the view as you're driving along. But there are videos out there. There's a guy, he's been doing it 10 or 12 years. I can't remember the name of his channel. If I remember, I'll put it in the description. But all he does is routes, bus routes. And so he sits on buses and takes videos of bus routes. You know, quite handy in a way if you don't know where you're going or you're not sure. You can look it up. But being the anorak that I am, or have wanted to be, where's my paperwork? There it is. And the taxi driver that I was, still hold a license. This is what I do. So this is my bus route. Let me just show you this. Just quickly. Every garage will have a list of routes. A list of routes traversed. Basically, the roads that you travel down. We have one, and it's just a block. It's like a paragraph of just the names of those. So what I've done is this. Right. So this is what I've done. This is my route, the 314, towards New Addington from Eltham bus station. It's not bus station, railway station, from the bus stand. And I've listed all the names of the roads in order, and then I've gone on and put lefts and rights and forwards, like a good cab driver should. William Barefoot, forward Elmstead Lane, right Sandridge Avenue, forward Orchard Road, into Plaster Green, left Cambridge Road, there you go, left College Road, left Tweedy Road, right Mitchell Way is where we hand over the bus, and And I also put in curtailment points, Addington Village, Glebe Way roundabout, station. There's one at Elton Hayes Station, which is just before station approach. There's one in Bromley High Street, at Bromley South. There's one at Barstow Green. There's one at Elmstead Lane where you turn left into Whitenham Road, go all the way down to the Wars Harley Davidson garage. Other Harley Davidson garages are available. Round the roundabout, back up and right down Elmstead Lane, following your line of route. Southwood Crescent is a curtailment point. So there are, and I do that in both directions. I don't know if that's the right way to do it or the wrong way to do it, but that's the way I do it. So you could do what young Sam did yesterday. He sat on my bus, just looked out the window, and he was happy with that. I'm a little bit more anal. I'm a little bit more, what's the word? Anal, yeah. I'm a little bit more, I can't think of the word, but you'll know what I mean. Where I need to go and drive it before I can go and drive it, if you see what I mean. So I'm lucky I've got a cab. So I get in the cab with my list of run, with my run, knowledge run, they call them knowledge runs. And I do the knowledge for the buses. So that's what I do. So I do that, and I drive the route, because I can drive down most routes that buses can in the taxi. And I do that, and I learn the route that way. And I go up and down. You've seen me do it. I've done it. I did it when I learned this one. Yeah, I did a video when I was on. What was I? I was in Addington Village, New Addington, and that's what I done. I just do it that way. It's easy. You know, it's easy for me. You know, it's easier for me to get it to stick in my head. So that's what I do. So it's neat, it's tidy, and it keeps me happy. Right, got a minute to go. Gotta go. Okay, so you're brand new. You've just taken your jumper out of the packet. You got your driving license, and you've turned up to a garage. You'll be assigned a mentor or a senior driver, and they will take you out on the particular route that the garage manager wants you to learn. Now, in normal times, you know, we do 3 or 4 routes, and then we crack on and we bounce through those. Young Sam's only done 1 route. At least I had the 638 with the 261, you know, to break up my day every now and again. But he hasn't even done a school bus yet. So so you're assigned a mentor, and what will normally happen is you sit at the front of the bus or stand at the front of the bus, and he will drive the route. You'll probably have 2 and 2, so you do 2 rounders in the morning, have your break, your meal relief, and then 2 rounders in the afternoon. And what would normally happen, I would suggest, is if you're comfortable, you sit and watch and you learn, and you do your first 2 rounders with the mentor, let the mentor drive. And then after lunch, you drive. I can't emphasize it enough. You have to drive the route. If you don't drive the route, in my opinion, it's easier to know the route if you've learned it, because things stick out in your head more. You know, oh, there's a letterbox there, there's a pub there, or there's a certain bend in the road. Oh dear, getting a bit of a snotty nose, a bit of a cough. Oh no, a bit of time off. So you learn your own ways, but I do things the way I do. It's a little bit more time consuming on my behalf, but at least I know I'm getting it right. So your mentor will take you out, or your senior driver, he will take you out, do a couple of rounders, and then he will hand over the bus to you. The bus. You might not do it the first day. You might just the second day. Definitely, you've got to get in that chair. You've got to break that chain and get in. And he will guide you through lefts and rights, and again which bus stops to serve and which bus stops not to serve, and that's basically route learning. It's not. I mean, I can say some routes are more difficult than others. You know, the 261 was an easy route for me to learn, basically because I've driven all the roads before. The 314 was more daunting because you come through the back of Hayes, and then you drop down through Hayes and come through Addington, then you come through the estate, whatever you want to call it, a housing estate or whatever, through Addington, and then back through another housing estate, until you get the Salcott Crescent across there, and where you drop your final passengers off. So it's a little bit more intricate, if you want to go, if you want to use a word. It's a little bit more, yeah. The 61, 3 sides of a square, as I've said before. The 246, you come through the back of Hayes, just a different way, and you end up going up Station Approach the same way as the 119, the 353, the 314. There's a lot of traffic goes up through past Hayes Station. I suppose it's that commuter belt thing. Whereas we get the Glebe Road roundabout, we go straight on to Addington. The 246 will do a left up through that cutting that I keep talking about, which is how we run dead back to the garage. And along that road somewhere, is it Baston Manor Road? One of them anyway. You do a right turn, but you do a right turn and do a left. You do a right turn going, but you don't use the same road coming back. You bear left in because it's an easier left turn. Anyway, I'm getting really snotty. So yeah, I sat on the bus with. I stood on the bus, funnily enough, because it was the single deckers. Right here, right in the corner. You hang on here. Stand here, and when people get on, I just got out of the way, sat down, and actually, I think it was a Sunday, I landed the 246, and not too busy. 246, they put double deckers on during the week, but not on a Sunday, because on a Sunday the route changes. It goes to Westerham, but then it goes on to Chartwell. So you'd never get a double decker down there. Not in a million. Well, you would. You'd clear the road up lovely. You probably wouldn't have much left of the top deck. But yeah. So I stood here, and I watched the route and took notice of what bus stops he was taking. The guy. Funny enough, the guy I'm his leader today. He's the guy one of the guys who took me around. Very, very happy to let me know where the curtailment points were, where the which bus stops we didn't serve, and where it gets a bit tricky. And they all said when Bromley Football Club play at home, it gets a bit sticky, and it did yesterday. I was coming through there, and they were parked either side of the road, right up to the junctions, and we made it virtually impossible in some places to get around. But they say it's even worse when Millwall come down. I don't know who they were playing yesterday, but yeah. So that's it. When you leave the factory and you're coming into the workplace. Get off the training bus, you pass your test, you come to the workplace, you're not going right there, off you go. Someone will take you out, or they should. You should. I have heard stories of people being told to go learn the 61 or whatever route it was, or 208, get on the bus and go learn it, because you're driving it tomorrow. I have heard horror stories. I have to say they are different companies, but how long have I got left? Just have a quick look. They are different companies altogether. 4 minutes. Okay, so I've got to go back to Eltham and then Bromley North for my meal break. So not too bad. He's running back. The guy behind me is running back dead to the garage. That's not so bad. Oh. No, I didn't think. Oh, whatever. So route learning. It's not difficult. Concentrate. Obviously take notice of what your instructor, your driver, your mentor, or your senior driver is having to say to you. But I always go out and drive. See, if they said, "Oh, can you do the 246 tomorrow?" I'll get in the cab tonight and go and drive it because I haven't driven it for a while. So I'll go out and drive it. But I dare say, once you've driven it, you know it. That's what they say, and that's how they used to do it. The guy who route learned me the 246, he said to me, what used to happen is that you'd do a day on the route, and you'd get off and you'd walk the curtailment points, so you knew exactly where you were going and where you were going, you know, that sort of thing. And then you'd get on the next bus and you'd carry on. But the next day, you would drive on that route, which makes perfect sense because it's in your head, it's fresh, you know what you're doing, and you could spend all day doing it, you know, if you wanted to. I mean, some of the double-decker buses tend to have less intricate routes. Well, so they're large. They use larger roads anyway. So single deckers, single door, especially single deckers, they use their. If you're on a single decker, single door route, it's going to be a little bit tighter. It's going to be a little bit more probably housing estate sort of turns, you know, in that sort of thing, parking either side. Because you wouldn't get a double door down them. So yeah, I'm going to leave that there. Just a quick one for today. I thought I'd do one midweek for a change. I'm going to try and do a midweek video. I'm not making any promises though. And the code word for today is route learn. I'll speak to you soon. Take care.